Welcome back, everybody, to the truck. We're out here feeding the hogs, and I'm gonna show you. Where we got them at. Hold on. This is not gonna be the best, but they out here munching. Pretty cool, I'd say. What's great about raising hogs, kind of in a wooded area, is they get to eat acorns, they get to eat pecans, they get to forage and root, and I don't know, it's really good for, it's really good for the, the meat production, basically. So, came out here and feed the hogs, and as I was leaving the house, checked my mail, got a package, special delivery, came in, and I know what it is, but I'm really excited to open this package specifically. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger. And anyway, y'all are all gonna get to something is rattling. Anyway, y'all are all gonna get to see it. And I'm excited for me and excited for, I guess, you potentially. So let's open her up. So I didn't want my pigs to try to follow me. I'm trying to drive away a little bit, and then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop in a little bit better spot and open this package up. So 1 second. All right, this seems to be a better spot. Sorry. First part of this video is kind of all over the place, but now we can get to the important part. Wow, that is it's a pretty unique pipe pouch. We'll do this together. Wow, look at that. Wow, incredible. This is I haven't bought too many pipes brand new, but I've been watching, and this is from EMC Custom Cobs, and I've been following this guy for a long time. I actually have 2 of his pipes, this being the second one. The other one I won, he does a lot of raffles, or waffles he calls them, because you're not supposed to do raffles online. But anyway, I've got another one of his pipes. It's not a cob, it's a briar actually, but it was the first waffle I ever entered of his, and just on a whim kind of entered it, because I'd never kind of done that before, and I stinking got out there and won it. So thought that was crazy. But anyway, I saw this, he posted it, it was up for adoption, and I've been wanting a custom cob for a long time, and this one spoke to me, so I pulled the trigger. And anyway, super excited about it. Thank you, Eric, if you watch this, for the beautiful work and the beautiful pipe. All right, I'm going to pack this up full of one of, if not my most favorite tobacco. Let me pull this little, I don't normally smoke with these. I may put it back on there, but show you actually the full stem. That's what the stem looks like. Incredible stem work. Man, can't get over how excited I am about this. Anyway, I'm gonna pack it full of one of my favorite blends, which is Robert McConnell's Scottish Flake, and see how she smokes. Can't get over how good this smells. Whenever I open the tin, just incredible. Sorry, I got lost in my thought as I was peeling this flake open. I don't know. I can't remember if pretty sure I reviewed this when me and my wife were trying to induce our child. And that's just a beautiful flake. Anyway, it just is got lost in thought as I was tearing into this. I mean, it's just beautiful. Oh, I'll probably potentially got too much tobacco, but that's okay. I didn't know exactly how much. I mean, obviously, he tells you the diameters when you order or when you're looking at his pipes on his social media, but I can never, I don't get into all that super closely. You know what I mean? I just kind of, but it'll get you in a bind. And I know from experience, the first pipe I ever bought, I got really, and I'm not disappointed now, but at the time I got really disappointed. And this will just tell you a little bit about myself. But I was thinking that I wanted to get a tobacco pipe for years, and I was the cigar shop, the brick and mortar that I frequent, was carrying the Peterson Christmas pipes. I want to say this was 2015, 2016. They were gorgeous, and I was really tempted to get one, and I didn't. I wound up not getting it. Should have, but at the time it was like $200. And it was, in my mind, you know, gosh, when you're 19, 20 years old, $200 felt like a lot of money. And it is a lot of money. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like it isn't. But I wasn't for sure, you know, was I really gonna enjoy this hobby? And for whatever reason at the time, I really looked down on corn cobs. They sat in a basket by the checkout counter, you know, like I didn't understand what a meerschaum was at the time. So like the Missouri meerschaum kind of went over my head, and I don't know. I wanted my first pipe to be a quote real pipe. I wanted it to be a briar. I didn't want it to be a cob. So I didn't get a cob, and I didn't buy one of those Petersons. What I wound up doing is I went back to college, and I kind of stumbled into a few tobacco pipe Instagram pages, and I found this guy, and he still makes pipes today, which I love. I've followed him on Instagram ever since, but he made, I was following him on Instagram, and he made a kind of a traditional looking sitter. If I was at my desk, I'd show you. It kind of looked like just a traditional kind of bent apple. I mean, in my mind, it's like what a pipe should look like. And I saw it, and I was like, that's the pipe. And anyway, so I ordered it, and it was like $250. I mean, $250. It was somewhere in there, but I'm like, this is custom handmade. Also, it turned me off that like Petersons were kind of machined. I don't know. It was something about like Petersons at the time, or not even at the time, like still today, but like they're kind of, some of the parts are machined. They're not necessarily, I can't think of the word. There's a word I'm looking for tobacco pipes that are not 100% handmade. They're not 100%, you know, whatever. They're kind of somewhat machined. Factory pipes. They're kind of factory, some of them. Anyway, Peterson had, they're factory pipes, I guess, or whatever. Not 100%, I guess, because I know there's detailed work that's done by hand, and I'm not disparaging factory pipes, but it just, kind of turned me off, and I don't know. I need to try to find an estate pipe from I need to try to find an estate 2015-16 Christmas pipe, because that would be a cool part of my history. But bought this custom briar, and it's beautiful. And in a later video, okay, I'll just say, because it's a beautiful pipe, and I'm so proud of it today, and I'm so glad that I bought it. But bought it from an artisan named Biff Tech. I don't actually know his real name because he's overseas, and please forgive me if he happens to see this, but BIFTEK on Instagram. And I said, that's the pipe. I want it. Like I said, I want to say I spent $250. And ordered it. It came in, and it was so small. It was I don't know if it was his hands or the angle of the photos. I just thought it was going to be a bigger pipe than what it was. And then when I got it in, it's a very small, almost like a sitter pipe. It was almost the size that you would think would just sit on it, be a good clincher, I guess, or whatever. Good size bowl, really. I mean, for a pipe that is the size that it was. But it came in, and I was so sad and annoyed at myself for not paying more attention. Now, I smoked that pipe, still smoke that pipe today, and I think that what it reflected was a lack of I don't know. It reflected in myself a lack of attention to detail. I wanted the Sherlock Holmes of pipes. And I know that that's a pipe you can buy, but I wanted the traditional, and whatever. And then it came in, and it was a little bit small, and it just kind of wasn't what I was hoping for, and really it, like I said, it grew on me, and now it's my favorite pipe, or one of my favorite pipes, because it was my first pipe, and I have a story that goes with it, because I've carried that pipe ever since. I've carried it. It's got scars on it because I've taken it hunting. I've taken it on camping trips. It's been in my truck multiple times. It's been on the tractor. I have lived so much life since I bought that pipe, and I'm so proud of that pipe. I'm proud that I still have it, that I didn't sell it or try to give it away just because I was at the time I was kind of disappointed. I was disappointed in myself. The pipe is beautiful, and it's a blast. And anyway, I'm really happy with the pipe today, and I guess I'm having a hard time I don't want to disparage the pipe or the pipe artisan, because he still to this day makes beautiful pipes. And he goes to shows, and I've always thought, how cool would it be to get to meet him at a pipe show. I can't remember where I was. Let me light this pipe up, and I'll continue my story. But it just goes to show you that, number one, I just bought a custom cob, which shows you that my how I looked down my nose at cobs at the time was just so unfounded. I've owned so many cobs since then. I recommend cobs to people all the time. I bought my brother a cob when I tried to get him into this hobby, because number one, I think it's the best kind of gateway into the hobby. And it's a good pipe to like make your mistakes on. And this is what I tell people. I don't talk to very many people about smoking pipes, because I don't know very many people that even smoke cigars, let alone smoke pipes. But like, when you first start smoking a pipe, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna quit. I mean, that should be written about. Is how often you quit the hobby. Even multiple times before you really get into it, like, because it's a frustrating hobby. It's when you're first starting, because you don't understand how to keep it lit, how to pack it, how to keep from getting tongue bite, how to buy the right tobacco. You don't understand, like, there's such a nuanced hobby. And if you're not stubborn or just obsessed with like how cool you think it is, like, I can't imagine being the person who just immediately fell in love with smoking a pipe, because that's not how I experienced it. I did not immediately fall in love with smoking a pipe. I just liked the idea of smoking a pipe, and I thought it was a cool thing to do. But the act of smoking a pipe really disappointed me up until the last couple years. And I've been, quote, trying to smoke a pipe for almost 10 years now, or maybe over 10 years. I'm 29. Yeah, over 10 years. I have quit this hobby multiple times in the last 10 years, which is just, really funny. But I just kept going back to it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stay away. I mean, really, it was an inevitability that I find and fall in love with this hobby. But it is an infuriating hobby, I think, when you're first starting out. And that's what I tell people. So I recommend people start with a basket cob or even a basket briar if you can find one. Because you sink a bunch of money in on a custom or on a, even a Peterson or Savinelli or whatever. And, those are nice pipes, but you're going to sink some money into them. And they're cheaper pipes, compared to the whole artisan world. But like, in my mind, like, I looked down at it. Like, I just thought, like, oh, I want a handmade briar. I want to know that somebody paid time and attention to this, and like, every pipe you buy, somebody paid a certain amount of time and attention to. Even if you got like one of those little bitty, like the shortstop Missouri Meerschaum, that, I mean, if I had to assume, now I would think not a whole lot of time and attention goes into that. But somebody shoves that stem into that little bitty cob. Somebody has to, somebody, fits the little bit into it. I mean, it just, I don't care what pipe you buy, somebody paid attention to that pipe, and might have been a lot of attention, because I bought a couple cobs that I was disappointed in. But anyway, you want to make your mistakes on an inexpensive pipe, and so that when you get a nice pipe, you don't destroy it. Thank the Lord I didn't destroy this pipe I bought. And I think I didn't destroy it because, number one, I knew I spent a lot of money on it. But number two, because the hobby is so frustrating that I wound up putting it down so many times. It sat on my dresser for I don't know how long, just being an eyepiece, a piece of decoration. an expensive piece of decoration. $200 paperweight. But anyway, just history. You know, everybody I think that is interested in this hobby kind of has a similar. Draws really well. Easy to light. Eric, if you're watching this, I really appreciate your handiwork. You did a beautiful job, and I look forward to smoking this pipe many times to come. I think that'll do it. Also, this pipe tobacco, if you're looking for one to try and you haven't tried it, please pick it up. It's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you for watching. If I don't see you here, we'll holler at you later.